Sarat City Language School English Department, second term, Prep 1, first recording, academic year 2020. This is Ms. Shainda speaking. Hello Prep 1, how are you? How are your families? I hope you're all safe and sound. Missed you so much in the longest vacation ever. We all know the pandemic time was a hard one for us all, of course, especially psychologically, especially on you, students and young. Our priority, of course, is your psychological and mental state. So we thought we needed to give you time to relax, collect yourselves, to feel safe and secure. Now we believe you're better. Inshallah, you're getting ready to the first term, the second trial in the virus time. We have prepared you some of the uncovered lessons, not some, all the uncovered lessons in the past term last year. We hope you will benefit and enjoy. The first one is grammar. So in grammar we have in our agenda today the comparative and superlative form. We also have should and could. Comparative and superlative. So what do you see? The girl in the red dress is happy. The one in yellow is happier. And the one in blue is the happiest ever. Sausage is hot. The candle is hotter than sausage. And the sun is the hottest. So, we have here a girl on the right, a boy on the left, and none of them is heavier than the other, so the girl is as heavy as the boy, and the boy is as heavy as the girl. We have the adjective useful, a two-syllable adjective, a long one. So, the abacus is useful. The calculator is more useful than the abacus. And the computer is the most useful of them all. In the comparative form, we have three levels, or we have three forms of comparative. The form of equality, when two objects or things or people have the same level of the adjective. For example, Sarah is as tall as Noha. We have also the superiority, the comparative of superiority. In the short form, it will be Sarah is taller than Hannah, for example. The long adjective. A book is more interesting than TV for me. So in the comparative of inferiority, this will be the opposite of superiority. So in this case, it's less. For me, the phone is less expensive than a car, for example. I will also use the short adjective, no problem, with the word less. So I will say Noha is less tall than Sarah, for example. This is when I compare between two things, two people, two. So the superlative of superiority, in this case, I'm saying that one person or one object has the ultimate power over others. So if I have a short adjective, I would say the lion is the strongest animal. A long adjective would be, for example, the book is the most interesting thing in life. That's for me. Or the phone is the most exciting device on earth for you. So the superlative of inferiority, in this case, I would say that something is the least in the adjective level. So for example, the plane is the least, I don't know, the plane is the least what? The table is the least expensive object in the shop, for example. So now you're going to listen to a video and notice the difference between superiority, inferiority, and equality. Okay, start.
Pam, you look amazing. Your dress is so beautiful. Not as beautiful as yours, Jenny. And you have a new hairstyle. Your hair is shorter than before, but it looks more stylish now. Thanks. Wow, look at your shoes. They are so fancy. They are very cool looking, but less comfortable than I thought. And they're the most expensive shoes I've ever bought. The worst choice ever.
Are you enjoying the party, girls?
Yeah, we are. Everything is so delicious. Have you tasted these snacks over here? But these ones are tastier because they are so spicy. Just try them.
They are tasty indeed, but not as delicious as this salad. And it's the healthiest choice, by the way.
So, now the rules of forming comparative and superlative adjectives. For a one-syllable adjective, a short one like old, cheap, and high, I would add er to form the comparative form and est to form the superlative one. My granddad is older than my grandma. My granddad is the oldest in the family. With a one-syllable word, one-syllable adjective, with a vowel before the last consonant, I would double the last consonant, like the sun is hotter today. The sun is the hottest thing I've ever known. With a two-syllable ending with y, a two-syllable word, adjective ending with y, we will consider it as a one-syllable adjective, but we will cross the y, of course, and change it to I, as usual. The salad is healthier than meat, for example, and this salad is the healthiest. With two or more syllables, like we're famous, two syllables, famous, or generous, two also, I will also add, no, generous, three, generous, three. I will add more or the most. Of course, in the inferiority level, I would say less famous, less generous, and the least famous or the least generous. With the irregular adjective, I will just use the same word but in its different form. So, good, I would use better or the best. Bad, I would use worse or the worst. Far, I will use farther or further, the farthest or the furthest. Notice, we have said this before, but this morning is more peaceful than yesterday. This is a two-syllable word. I have added the word more. For comparative, Max's house in the mountains is the most peaceful in the world. The most peaceful, I have added the most for superlative form. In a two-syllable adjective ending in y, we will consider it, as we said before, a one-syllable adjective, a short one. John is happier today than he was yesterday, and John is the happiest boy in the world. In a two-syllable adjective ending with er, le, or o, ow, we will consider it like the y thing, of course without changing the y into I. So it will be narrow, will be narrower than, the narrowest. Gentle will be gentler than or the gentlest. Of course, with more than two syllables, we will follow the rule of the long adjectives: more generous than, more important than, the most generous, the most important. This is the practice time. I will give you half a minute to think, and then I will go back to check answers together. Okay, if you needed more time, you can stop the video. Number 1, I am fatter than I was a year ago. How about you? I don't think I am fatter, but I am certainly healthier. I think you are as tall as your father, aren't you? No, my father is a bit taller than me. I think oil is safer. Neither of them, I think. Natural gas is the safest. Now we have finished our lesson today for the comparative and superlative. I hope you have understood it well. It's nice. Now let's move to the second lesson, should and shouldn't. Sorry, should and could. So choose the correct answer. I will give you a minute to think. This is before we start because I'm sure you will more likely answer the questions without any explanation, any help. Okay, if you needed more time, again, you can stop the video. Number 1, Sally should study hard for her exams if she wanted to perform well. Number 2, Bahe could help you with the piano lesson, your piano lesson. Ask him, I think he plays well. Number 3, Tim should worry about his money in the stock market. It isn't stable nowadays. 4, could you finish my chores for me? I need to rehearse for my audition tomorrow. 5. Dina could fix her bike when it needs repair. She's very independent. Let's move to know what is the rule. So we use should plus the base form of the verb or the infinitive to give advice or to make a strong suggestion. You shouldn't take that flight, you should take the non-stop. This is an advice. This is a piece of advice. Should they take the bus? Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. When should we leave? Before 2. We use could and the base form of the verb to offer alternatives, another choice, or to make a weak suggestion. The express bus is full, but you could take the local. Could I take the 220? Yes, you could, or no, you couldn't. Now again, if you needed more time for the rewrites, you can stop the video. I will start reading the question and give you little time to think. If I were you, I would study hard, or I'd study hard. The answer is you should study hard, direct one. I want to use your pen, please. Could I use your pen, please? And a question mark. It's good for you to take the medicine. You should take the medicine. Straightforward answer. It's okay if you take the train to the time. You could take the train to the time. Now, if you needed any more exercises, you can check workbook page number 78. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.